Yeah, j'attends. Yeah.
You please help me.
Yes. Why?
Ashraf. Can you please recite the doa for tonight?
Allahu Akbar. Masya
Oh,
Allah
nampak?
itu.
Tak ada cakap kaki tak? Allahu Akbar, nampak?
Aduh.
Bagus ni suka berzikir.
Baca
You always
doa je
remember
kot,
God.
subhanallah. Patut cakap
Dia
alhamdulillah.
terus Allahu
Thank you.
Akbar. See? Dia mau
Boleh.
Tapi expression Allah Akbar dia tu macam dia takut.
kan? Sangat mentaati perintah Tuhan. Kalau kalau orang lain macam pocok, dia Allahu Akbar.
How is everyone? Anak-anak murid, teacher semua okey ke? Sihat ke?
I'm fine, teacher.
Alhamdulillah. I suka tau. Macam ni tau. Macam korang kan, like just a piece of advice lah. When you want to start speaking, you just cakap je, go je. Bunyilah gana-gana pun tapi you just go je, cakap je sebab the confidence is key. So kalau you
As
macam
long as
you
it
kena,
sounds English.
and
Yes,
kadang-kadang you have to record
what I
yourself,
mean is,
record
you know,
using your phone.
sounds English, what I mean sounds English is that you're using English words. Bukan semesti struktur yang betul, mesti struktur betul. Faham tak maksud teacher? You just try to come up with words of English words. Macam tu, biarlah tunggang langgang sikit pun. Campur-campur sikit pun. Tapi apa yang kita tahu English words tu, you just sebut je apa kita tahu. Lepas tu kita campur lah in Malay pun kan, tak apa je. Even me, you know, being a teacher myself, sometimes tengah bercakap, ada je perkataan English word yang dok mari tau kat kepala kan. So I just, you know, hentam pi lah. Faham tak? Even
Not
me
coming.
as a teacher, so I have that. Yeah, I have that problem too. Like kamu student lagi lah kot kan. That is normal kalau kita nak bercakap and then we don't have that words and things like that. Yang penting we try. Kan
Okay,
Cakap.
Allahu Akbar. Baik. With us tonight, our distinguished guest, we have our respected speaker, Siti Nur Atikah binti Omar. While waiting for her setting up the everything, we have a couple of minutes. To be exact, it's a minute. First, I would like to cordially start the session. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for again joining us for the night for the session. This is we are actually reaching the end of our series of the E-Camp, the Avengers camp. So we are counting days before we have our last session. And before we get started, first I would like to cordially welcome everyone to our respected teacher Salisa, Mr. Haikal, and also teacher Sohana, Madam Sohana in this session, and also the beloved students from SMK Tengku Ibrahim and Sekolah Menengah Agama Setiu. Thank you for having us tonight. Without further ado, we are going to invite our wonderful student, the one that we have chatted just now, Mr. Ashraf, to lead the dua recitation before we officially start the session.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma aftah alayna hikmataka wa anshur alayna min khazaini rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي آمين.
Amin, amin, ya Rabbal Alamin. Okay,
آمين.
Alhamdulillah. So, okay, we are going to do like very casual, very, just a chill, relaxed session where you can simply, if you have question, you can simply ask us by tapping the chat, the comment in the box. Tonight, what we have is the session for what we call I Hear Your Voice, with teacher Siti Nur Atikah binti Omar. And with us today, I would like to introduce her to you. Teacher Siti Nur Atikah is a teacher at SMK Bukit Montok, it's Kemaman, Terengganu. She is an experienced teacher, have been having the vast experience in PT3 and here now in SPM. So she has a lot to offer to share with you. So I would like to warmly welcome Madam Siti Nur Atikah. The stage is yours. Please welcome.
Okay, thank you, Teacher Atika. We have the same name. Okay, so Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to everyone. Okay, thank you to the teachers first because for inviting me is such an honor, and thank you to all students for joining. Okay, so today I'm just going to have a very relaxed sharing session with you guys, okay? And we are going to focus on two papers. Okay, dua paper kita nak fokus hari ni. Okay, which will be the paper 2 and paper 4. So paper 2 kita akan fokus on part 3, okay? And part 3 pun kita akan fokus on 2 items only, and then we're going to look at paper 4. So if you have any questions, you can just ask me during this sharing session. It's okay, you raise your hand. If I do not see you, okay, you just open your mic and just ask the question, or you can write in the chat box. Okay, so we
Okay,
are going to
teacher.
start. Okay, thank you, Ashraf. Okay, we are going to start dengan paper 4. Okay, so paper 4 is your listening paper. So I am going to focus on paper 4 tonight, okay, this evening, right? On paper 4, which will be the listening paper. This is also a new thing for us, the teachers. Okay, we are also learning. Kita anggaplah the first exam for listening ni something yang kita akan belajar so that for your trial and also for your real SPM, we can do better, we can improve. Okay, so first, I believe you already know these things, okay, the papers that you're going to sit for your SPM, okay, the 4 papers, and then this 25% will be the weightage. Pemberat dia, setiap paper adalah sama. Paper 4 kalau listening ni, biasanya lah kalau kita tengok PT3 dulu, okay, ada juga student yang ambil paper 4 and paper 3 ni sambil lewa. Ada yang tak datang sekolah masa paper 3, paper 4. Ada yang buat, okay, kata macam, oh, it's not important. Saya fokus dekat 2 paper je lah. Tak nak buat paper 3, paper 4. No. You have to change your mindset that all papers are important. So paper 3, paper 4 pun sangat penting. Walaupun nampak macam remeh, tapi sangat penting. Okay. So now, okay, kita tengok what will you have for your paper 4. Okay, teacher harap lepas sharing session malam ni, okay, things will get better for you guys. So nanti bila buka sekolah kena jawab paper 4, it will be easier for you guys. Okay, so teacher harap by before the real SPM, okay, you will find the answers already. So for your paper 4, you need to know what type of audio text do you have to listen to. Okay, dia bukan sekadar mendengar sahaja. You need to know what kind of audio text. Audio text ni maksudnya the recording lah, the recording yang awak akan dengar. Apa jenis-jenis teks yang ada? Sebab teks ada banyak jenis. Okay, it can be a dialogue, it can be a monologue, okay, it can be a narrative. So there are so many different texts. Okay, and then for paper 4, how many questions? So you have to answer. Berapa soalan? Adakah dia sebanyak paper 1? Okay, berapa markah yang awak akan dapat? How many marks will you get for your paper 4? Kena tahu yang ini. And then because it involves, when we say it involves listening, kita bukan dengar saja-saja. We have to answer questions. So bila kita kata kita jawab soalan, meaning that we also involve a bit of reading. Okay, so macam mana kita nak gabungkan dua skill ni, sambil mendengar, sambil tu nak baca, nak cari mana main point dia, nak cari mana jawapan dia. So how can you listen to the main points? Because the text will be quite long, okay, and things can be a bit confusing. Macam mana awak nak cari main point? Okay, and then because we want to find the main points, we want to answer questions, you need to know, how to find the clues. Kat mana nak cari clue ni? When it comes to listening, because it involves questions, okay, we have to find the clues or the keywords. So teacher harap before your real SPM ataupun before the trial lah, okay, before the trial you manage to find the answers for these questions. Okay. So dia sebenarnya your SPM is the continuation. The SPM is actually the continuation of your PT3. Cuma dia ada a little bit differences here and there. Okay, so kalau kita tengok dekat sini, okay, these are the differences. Okay, you can see adakah dia sama ataupun dia berbeza sikit. Now, if you look at PT3, okay, there are 5 parts. If you look at SPM, there are 4 parts. So that is one difference. Okay. Now, if you look at part 1 here, it involves visual MCQ. Cuba ingat balik. Listening paper PT3. Kalau part 1, dia ada gambar. So, you listen to the audio, you listen to the recording, and you have to find or you have to match with the correct picture. Gambar yang betul. Okay, and then you have matching for sequencing. Matching for sequencing meaning awak kena susun ikut turutan. Okay, and then you have 3 option MCQ yang guna long text. You have to listen to a long text and then you answer question. Okay, MCQ ni multiple choice question Okay, multiple choice question maksudnya soalan A, B, C, D tu lah. Tapi untuk listening kita ada 3 option A, B and C. Okay, and then part 4 and part 5 you have note completion. Now, let's look at SPM. You only have 4 parts. Kalau PT3, 5. Kalau SPM, 4. Okay, kalau 4 parts, okay, the first part and the second part will be MCQ. So, kalau tengok sini tak ada visual, no more pictures. No more pictures, okay, and then of course, bila kita kata tak ada gambar, dia akan wordy sikit. But don't worry, okay. Part 1, short text. Dia akan involve short text. Kalau part 2, dia akan involve long text. Okay, teacher akan explain nanti. Part 3 ada matching. Okay, matching adakah dia sama dengan matching PT3? No. Matching PT3 dia susun sequence. But here you have to match statements dengan speaker. Siapa cakap apa? Nanti kita tengok. And then number 4, the fourth part, okay, part 4 you will have a note completion. So note completion here is a bit different compared to form 3 punya. Kalau form 3 punya, dia ada bagi macam table macam tu and then you have to fill in the table. But here no, you have to find the word from a text. Okay. So, kalau tunjuk. Okay. So, these are the things that you will see in your listening paper. Okay. So, the first part, 3 option MCQ. Okay, multiple choice question, soalan aneka pilihan. Kalau tak salah teacher lah, kalau bahasa Melayu dia kan, okay, dia ada 3 option A, B and C. There will be 7 questions. Okay, dalam 7 questions ni, untuk jawab, you have to listen to 7 short unrelated dialogues or monologues. Okay, unrelated ni meaning dia tak berkait antara satu sama lain. So, satu soalan, satu recording, satu audio. So, ada 7 audio untuk 7 soalan. Jadi maksudnya soalan-soalan untuk part 1 ni dia tak berkait antara satu sama lain. So, you have to listen very carefully. Okay, it's a short one. Okay, pendek je. Now, for part 2, you will still have the 3 option MCQ tapi longer text. Okay, ada 8 soalan, ada 1 recording sahaja. Okay, kalau part 1 tadi 7 recordings. So, okay, 1 soalan, 1 recording. But here 1 recording, 8 soalan. So you will listen to one long text, one long recording and answer 8 questions. Now, the recording, it can be a narrative. Narrative ni maksudnya macam story lah, cerita. Or it can be informational monologue. Informational monologue ni lebih kurang macam, kita boleh kata kalau dia baca, macam baca artikel lah, baca artikel pasal teknologi, pasal environment ke, and then you have to answer 8 questions. Okay, so dia beza, part 1, part 2 dia beza. Okay, part 3 matching. Okay, matching kalau form 3 dia sequencing, awak kena letak dalam turutan. But for form 5, for SPM, it's not sequencing. You have to match. Okay, speaker ni cakap apa. Dia akan bagi statement, lepas tu sebelah tu dia bagi speaker. So you have to choose which speaker says this. Kena dengar. There will be 5 speakers. Alright, 5 short monologue, alright, and then you have to choose which one. Dia ada bagi 7, if I'm not mistaken, dia ada bagi 7. So you have to choose one. So part 3 ni dia lebih kurang macam part 4. Dia bagi pilihan lebih daripada soalan. So soalan ada 5 tapi pilihan jawapan ada 7. So you have to listen very carefully and match speaker mana yang cakap statement ni. Okay, for part 4, right, it's a note completion. Okay, note completion ni one word only. Satu perkataan sahaja. Note completion means awak kena lengkapkan, contohnya lengkapkan paragraph. Okay, so you will be given a text, okay, a text dalam 3 to 4 paragraphs, okay. Lepas tu you have to fill in the blanks. Ada blanks, ada tempat kosong, you have to fill in with one word only. Satu perkataan sahaja. So dia ada 10 soalan, right? And you have to listen to an interview. Dalam untuk part 4 ni kena dengar satu interview. So kalau interview ni it's a bit longer compared to part 2. Part 2 ni dia dah panjang, tapi part 4 ni dia lebih panjang sikit lagi. Okay. And then you have to listen and then you complete the text. Okay. So sekarang ni altogether there will be 30 questions, 30 items. So one question, 1 mark. So together untuk paper 4 awak akan dapat 30 markah. 30 marks. Okay, so these are the items that you will have for your paper 4. So this is part 1. Okay, part 1, you will listen, you will hear people talking in 7 different situations. 7 situasi yang berbeza. Okay, and then you have to answer the question. So ada 7 soalan. Dan soalan ni tidak berkait antara satu sama lain. Sebab ada situasi yang lain-lain. Okay, this is part 1. Okay, this is part 2. Okay, you will listen to a text, one text only. Okay, and then you have to answer 8 questions based on the text. Ni yang ini, 8 soalan ni berkait antara satu sama lain. They based on one text. Okay. And then this is part 3. Okay, ni part 3. Okay, ni yang teacher cakap dia matching tadi. So you will have the statements here. Statement dekat sini. Alright, and then the what do we call, the space for you to write the answers dekat sini. So dia ada letak speaker 1, speaker 2, speaker 3, speaker 4, speaker 5. So maksudnya ada 5 orang. There will be 5 audios that you have to listen. 5 orang yang bercakap. You have to match. Okay, speaker 1 cakap apa? Kena tengok dekat sini. Speaker 2 cakap apa? Then you have to write your answers here lah. Okay. So this is the matching. Dia bukan sequencing dah. No more sequencing. You have to match the statement with the speaker. Okay. Then we have part 4. Ni part 4 ni note completion. Okay. Kalau perasan, part 4 ni dia lebih kurang sama macam part 5 paper 1. Part 5 paper 1 kan ada note completion macam ni juga. You'll be given a paragraph and then you have to find one word So kalau paper 1 from the text lah, but here from the recording kena dengar, and then you have to find the correct word to put here. One word only, no more than one word. So tak boleh lebih daripada satu perkataan dekat sini. Okay, satu perkataan kalau lebih salah lah. So you have to listen very carefully. So these are the examples of questions. Okay. Ni contoh-contoh soalan yang ada. Right. So kalau ada, lepas ni boleh guna dalam kelas juga. You can use this with your teacher for your online class. Okay. So now I'll go back to the slides. Right.
Teacher Atika,
Yes, yes.
based
Yeah,
on your
teacher.
experience, I have a question. Based on your experience in
Teacher Tika, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes. Ada 2 orang. Yang mana satu dulu?
Kak Zah, Kak Ija, are you going to ask first?
Oh yeah. No, it's just that one of the students asking whether they akan guna British accent or not. Kita punya ni kan untuk soalan ni. What do you think?
Yes, okay. Okay, so British accent ke? Okay, now teacher Saiza ada jawab dekat situ. Okay, untuk exam mid-year ni, our Terengganu teachers yang akan bacakan audio tu. Okay, but for real exam, I think yes, you will listen to a few accents. Teacher tak nak cakap memang semua British accent. Sebab kalau kita tengok PT3 yang dulu-dulu pun, ada yang British accent and suddenly you will listen like Manglish sikit, ada macam British Indian sikit. Okay, so I think for the real exam, you will listen to many accents, not more than one lah, lebih daripada satu. Okay, so nanti teacher akan bagi tahu macam mana kita nak latih diri kita untuk dengar ataupun faham accent orang ni. And don't worry kalau dia guna British accent pun tak adalah melampau macam sampai tak faham langsung. No. If they use British accents, they will use the Queen English. The Queen version of British accent. The universal one. Semua orang faham. Okay? So don't worry. Okay. So tadi kita dah tengok sample questions. Okay, now
This part.
These are the tips and techniques that you can try, okay, when you want to answer listening punya questions, okay. So this is not just for the exam, you can do this during the practice juga, okay, individually ke or in class. So there are certain things that you have to do before you listen to the audio. Sebelum kita dengar audio tu ada benda kita kena buat. Okay, masa kita dengar pun ada benda kita kena buat, dan selepas kita dengar pun ada benda kita kena buat. So you need to do a few things before, while and after listening to the audio. Okay, so apa kita kena buat before? Now, you will be given the question. Soalan dah bagi, dah ada di atas meja. Kalau dalam dewan peperiksaan ataupun bilik peperiksaan, you will have the question in front of you. Okay, so basically dalam listening lesson, dia tak ada terus start. Okay, question 1, tak ada. You will be given some time to read the instruction and to read the questions. Dia akan bagi masa dalam a few seconds, I think like 30 seconds ke macam tu. Teacher pun tak berapa ingat dah PT3 sebab teacher dah tinggal a few years juga PT3. Tapi awak akan diberi masa untuk baca dulu soalan. So you read the questions first. Okay, dia tak adalah akan menyusahkan kita, dia akan memudahkan kita juga. So you read the questions, okay, and then dia akan bagi dalam audio tu, dia akan, okay, you will be given how many seconds to read all the questions. Dengar instruction and then baca. Okay, when you read the stimulus, dia letak sini stimulus lah. Stimulus ni bahan yang dia bagi dekat awak tu. Okay, you read all the questions and answers. Okay, underline important keywords. Okay, apa important keywords ni? Teacher akan explain kejap lagi. Okay, now when you underline, when you read the questions, dah jumpa keywords, okay, try to understand the context of the question. Cuba tengok apa sebenarnya soalan ni nak apa. Apa sebenarnya yang dia nak cari. So you make assumption. Terus buat assumption, prediction dalam kepala. Kita agaklah, oh soalan ni dia nak tanya tentang orang. Soalan ni dia nak tanya tentang tempat. It's about, maybe you have to find the name of the person. Maybe you have to find the place. Maybe you have to find the reason. Okay. So kita kena agak dulu. Okay. And then jawapan dah dibagi. Okay, you have the answers with you except for part 4. Okay, you try to predict yang mana satu jawapan dia ni. Okay, tapi jangan jawab lagi. Baca je dulu. Okay, then recording akan start. So, masa recording jangan panik. Sebab ada je student bila dia dah nervous, dia akan jadi panik. Okay, bila dia panik, dia macam dah tak boleh nak buat. Okay, so jangan panik. You need to stay calm. Okay, stay calm, tarik nafas, selawat banyak-banyak. Okay, bila kita stay calm, okay, it will help us to listen very carefully. Sebab bila kita panik, kita dah tak boleh nak kawal diri kita, betul tak? So you need to stay calm, smile, okay? Selawat banyak-banyak. So bila dengar, okay, insyaAllah kita boleh jawab. Alright, now sometimes, okay, bila contohlah macam tadi ada soalan tanya dia guna accent ke, so bila kita dengar, sebab kita biasa guna Terengganu English for example, right? Ataupun kita dah terbiasa guna American English ke, ataupun Manglish lah, Manglish, suddenly keluar accent yang tak pernah dengar. And dia rasa macam, apa benda dia cakap ni berbelit-belit, berpusing-pusing lidah dia kan. Okay, jangan panik. Dia kadang-kadang dekat sini dia panik. Okay, you have to stay calm. If you miss the question or if you do not understand the recording, don't panic. Okay, stay calm first. Okay, go to the next questions first. Pergi dekat soalan yang seterusnya. Okay, sebab apa? Sebab audio tu akan dimainkan 2 kali. Jadi kalau awak panik, if you are panic dekat question yang awak terlepas tu, you cannot focus on the next one. So contohlah soalan nombor 1, okay, boleh jawab. Okay, nombor 2 stuck. Dia macam, apa benda dia cakap tadi terlepas lah. Alamak, macam mana ni, dah tengok kiri kanan. No, stay calm, tak apa. Okay, tinggal dulu question 2, go to question 3 sebab recording tak tunggu kita. So kita dengar, okay, recording pun okay, question 3. Okay, so terus pergi dekat question 3. Okay, once the first time punya recording tu habis, okay, dia akan mainkan kali yang kedua, second time. So bila second time, okay, masa second time tu, you can check soalan yang dah jawab. Okay, untuk soalan yang dah tertinggal, okay, dengar lagi sekali untuk jawab soalan tu. Okay, fokus for the second time, fokus, betul-betul fokus. Okay, and then jangan stay dekat question tu terlampau lama, especially masa first time recording tu dimainkan, jangan stay lama sangat, don't stay too long. Okay, because you will miss the next question pula. So kalau terlepas, kalau tak faham, tak apa, tinggal dulu, buat yang lain dulu. And then bila the second time the audio play, baru kita buat pula soalan yang tertinggal tadi. Okay, and then after the recording, once it biasanya bila dah habis, contoh dah habis part 1, okay, dia akan bagi kita masa. You will be given some time, okay, to check your answers. Okay, baru pergi dekat next part. So make sure that you don't have any unanswered question. Maksudnya soalan yang tak jawab, jangan tinggal kosong. Okay, and then you can check the answers again. Okay, check the answers again meaning that, okay, dah bulat ke? Kalau perlu hitamkan, dah hitamkan ke? Make sure and then recheck for any careless mistakes. Check balik, dah check lagi sekali. And then this one is not just after the part, bukan selepas part tu je. Okay, kita buat juga selepas habis semua 4 parts tu, okay, check balik untuk careless mistake. Kadang-kadang ada yang tertulis 2 jawapan, ada yang terbulat 2 jawapan ke. Okay, so please check balik. Okay, because it's 25% kan, and then dia ada 30 question, so percentage setiap question tu banyak, so you have to be very careful. So these are the things that you can do. So nanti untuk mid-year cuba, okay, lepas tu after mid-year ni kita boleh buat practice banyak-banyak dalam kelas ataupun sorang-sorang, and then you try. Okay, you try sampailah you terbiasa dengan listening exercises. Okay, right. Now, keywords and clues. Macam mana kita nak cari keywords and clues ni? Okay, if it is MCQ, kalau dia MCQ, basically sama macam reading, we will look at the WH questions. Kita akan tengok WH questions. What, who, when, why, where, kan? Okay, and then kita predict possible answers. Okay, jawapan tu, is it a place? Is it a person? Is it an event? or is it a thing? Okay, so kita tengok jawapan tu nak apa. Okay. And then if it is for part 4 ataupun part 3, okay, look at the word or phrase in the sentence or in the paragraph, okay, to find the clue. So macam kalau kita tengok reading part 4, okay, untuk kita cari ayat yang tertinggal tu kita kena tengok ayat sebelum dan selepas kan. Okay, sama macam yang ini kita kena tengok dulu perkataan sebelum ataupun perkataan selepas supaya bila kita dengar kita tahu okay, this is the word for the answer. Okay, and then kenapa kita kena tengok word and phrase? Okay, we need to see whether it is the same or not dalam teks dekat soalan tu and in the audio. Kadang-kadang dalam audio dia sebut lain. Dia sebut the synonym of the word. Dalam teks lain. So kadang-kadang ada student yang akan panik dekat situ. Okay. And then ni, what are the possible synonyms used in the audio? So some of the words might be different in the audio. So yang ini kita kena tengok. Okay, now we are going to try on some of the questions. So teacher akan guna soalan yang teacher letak dalam handouts. Okay, kita akan cuba.
I love this one.
Okay, so this is the paper for part 1. Okay, sebelum teacher mainkan audio ni, okay, I'm going to move to the handout sebab senang teacher nak conteng. Okay, this is the, kalau nanti bila handout teacher ada letak QR code, so nanti you can scan the QR code to listen to the audio. Okay, so this is how, okay, biasanya sebelum dia main audio, macam teacher cakap tadi, before the audio is played, you will be given some time to read the question. Okay, dia akan bagi masa, tak adalah 5 saat macam tu, dia akan bagi agak panjang lah juga supaya sempat awak baca semua soalan. Okay, now for the practice kejap lagi kita akan buat question tu, tapi teacher nak kita nak tengoklah dulu soalan the first question, macam mana kita nak tengok clue dia. So kalau MCQ we look at WH kan, so kalau WH questions here is who kita tahu dah is a person. Who is the person? Okay, now did the girl get on the roller coaster with? Okay, now get on here mungkin dia akan lain sikit dalam audio. Okay, what do you think the other synonyms for get on? Roller coaster. Apakah perkataan verb yang dia akan guna bila kita kata pasal roller coaster? Bila kita kata naik roller coaster. So, kalau dalam soalan dia tulis get on. Okay, maybe in the audio it will use a different word. Maybe like ride ke kan? Okay, sorry, teacher guna mouse so it will be a bit hideous my handwriting. Okay, so maybe dia akan guna perkataan ride kan? Okay, so siapa yang the girl, okay, a girl yang naik roller coaster tu dengan dia? Siapa yang naik? Is it the father? Oh, selain daripada father ada orang lain juga, ada sister, ada mother. So kena dengar betul-betul. Dia naik dengan siapa? Okay, number 2, right? Number 2, what? So what, it can be a thing. It can also be an event. Okay, so dia ada banyak. So it can be a thing, it can be an event. Okay, what does the moviegoer wish had been different about the film? Okay, now moviegoer. So if you read moviegoer, what do you understand with this phrase moviegoer ni? Moviegoer ni apa? So masa ni kita kena agak. So siapa moviegoer ni? Orang yang tengok wayang. Very good, Khairul Anam. Yes. The people who watch the movie. Orang lah. Ataupun kalau kita kata maybe a movie fan ke? A fan of the film ke? A fan of the movie? Okay. Wish. Another word for wish. Another word for wish. Anyone? Another word for wish. Perkataan lain untuk wish. Hope. Yes, very good. So maybe in the audio dia akan guna hope. Okay, dia tak guna wish. So you have to listen very carefully. Tapi tak adalah semua audio macam tu. Teacher kata nanti audio dia guna perkataan lain. Kan awak cuba cari perkataan lain. So ada je audio yang akan guna perkataan yang sama. Ada audio yang akan guna perkataan yang lain. So you have to really focus. Okay. So wish maybe akan guna hope. So that had been different. Different ni maksudnya lain. Okay, mesti dia ada benda yang dia nak. Kalau boleh filem ni berlainan sikit. Okay, so what is it? Is it a special effect? The special effect? Or is it the soundtrack? Okay, now another word for soundtrack. Another word for soundtrack. Mungkin dalam audio dia tak guna soundtrack, dia guna apa? Music. Very good. It can be music, it can be songs. Okay. Right. And then the ending. Okay, so maybe in the audio dia tak guna the ending. Maybe dia guna conclusion. Maybe dia guna conclude. Maybe dia guna end sahaja. So kadang-kadang ada student, dia akan dengar ending. Tak ada pun ending. Tak boleh jawab lah teacher. No. So kita kena tahu the synonyms of the word. Okay, so look at the words, look at the clues very carefully and try to predict. So apa yang dia harapkan berbeza dalam filem ni? Is it the special effect? So special effect ni, what are the words yang untuk special effect? Maybe CGI kan? CGI. Okay. And then the soundtrack, it can be music, it can be songs. Okay, it can involve singers ke. And then the ending, it can be conclusion. So kita tengok yang ni. Okay, then number 3. What is, okay, what? So what can be a thing, can be an event, can be something, is the women's occupation. Now, what is another word for occupation? Job. Okay, job. Very good. Ataupun kalau dia tak guna job pun, kalau dia tak guna noun dekat sini, mungkin dia ada guna something. She works as a, dia guna perkataan works, kerja. It's a verb. Okay. So it can be a driver, it can be a doctor, it can be a school teacher. So daripada perkataan the clue-clue ni, kita boleh agak. So now, for this practice, kita akan try buat yang nombor 2 dulu. Okay, number 1, teacher tinggalkan. You can do it in your class. Okay, let's do the second one. Okay, so teacher akan mainkan audio ni. So you listen very carefully and try to find the answer. Okay?
Question 2. You hear a moviegoer describing a film he had just watched. Did you catch the part where the boy turns into an alien? The special effects were so realistic, and the music that they played in that scene gave me goosebumps. I only wish that the main character hadn't been sacrificed at the end of the movie. But who knows if he might make a reappearance in the sequel?
Did you get the answer? Did you get the answer? Jumpa tak jawapan dia? So what is the answer for number 2? Baru dengar sekali ni. You listen to the audio once. Baru once. So dah dengar once, jumpa tak jawapan dia? Do you find the answer? Tak. Okay, Ahmad Louis kata tak. Okay, the others ada tak yang jumpa jawapan? Not really. Okay, so kalau dalam keadaan macam ni, okay, Zalia kata A, special effects. Okay. Okay, ada yang jawab A. Okay, so sekarang ni ada yang kata macam teacher tak faham lah dia cakap apa. Now, look at the clues again. Tengok balik clues tadi. Okay, teacher pergi balik dekat soalan. Now, wish. Teacher rasa ada teacher dengan perkataan wish tadi. So, dia harap apa yang berbeza. Dia dah tengok movie tu. So, kita boleh agak. Okay, dia dah tengok movie tu. Tapi dia macam kita lah tengok movie. Alamak, kan best kalau movie ni macam ni. Macam tu sebenarnya. Dia wish something is different about the film. So apa sebenarnya yang dia nak? Kalau boleh lah movie ni, kalau boleh biar macam ni. Okay. So apa? Adakah special effects? Adakah soundtrack? Adakah ending dia berbeza? Cuba tengok. So now I will play again the second time. Okay. And try. Cuba check balik jawapan. Okay.
Now listen again.
You hear a moviegoer describing a film he had just watched. Did you catch the part where the boy turns into an alien? The special effects were so realistic, and the music that they played in that scene gave me goosebumps. I only wish that the main character hadn't been sacrificed at the end of the movie. But who knows if he might make a reappearance in the sequel?
Okay, so that is the second time. Okay, now. Alright. Okay. So, yes. Okay, teacher dah nampak dah jawapan yang betul ni. Okay, so siapa yang jawab A tadi, the special effects, that is not the answer. Okay, the special effects, this movie goer, okay, this person sangat suka special effect dia. So dia tak adalah harap special effect tu berubah. So this person this person hope that the ending will be different, kan? Yes. So the answer is C. Okay, now C, salah tengok tu. Okay, tak apa, tak apa. Macam itulah sebenarnya. So, kalau macam first time, kita rasa macam, betul ke A? Jangan yakin dulu. Contohlah, kita dah jawab semua. We have answered everything. Okay, lepas tu kita macam, kita rasa macam, betul tak? Okay, jangan bila dah jawab semua tu, kita pun, tak apa, malah dah. Dah second time, buat tak tahu je. No. Check again the answers. Okay, dah jawab sekali, dah letak pen dah. Tunggulah part tu pula kan? No. Don't wait. Listen again and check your answers. So sekarang ni barulah ramai yang jawab C. So yes, the answer is C. So same goes to the other questions. Macam tu lah juga. So you find the clues, okay? Right. So now let's move to part 2. Part 2 pula. So you will hear a woman giving a talk on advertisement. So it's about advertisement. Kita cuba pergi dekat handouts Handouts senang sikit. Teacher nak conteng. Okay. So it's about an advertisement. Right. A woman. So there will be a lady. Okay. Teacher akan fokus dekat 2 soalan ni. Right. Now, let's look at the questions first. So sama juga. Dia akan bagi masa untuk kita baca soalan dan cuba fahamkan soalan dulu. Okay. According to the speaker, meaning that the speaker is going to speak. Okay. What is the main? What? So it can be a thing, right? What is the main purpose of advertisement? So advertisements means iklan. Now, maybe in the audio it will not say main purpose. Dia tak sebut main purpose ni. Now, what is the other word for purpose? Tujuan. Okay, now tujuan. Okay, yes, very good, Jiha. Objective. Okay, lama. So objective. Okay, objective can be another word for purpose. Okay, other than objective, this is also good for your writing. Okay, selain daripada purpose, objective, apa lagi? It can be maybe reason, mission, maybe juga motive, very good, motive, maybe aim. Okay, tujuan is the Malay meaning kan? Okay, aim, yes. So maybe in the text it will use a different word. Okay, bukan purpose. So ataupun dia tak guna semua perkataan yang kita sebut tadi. Maybe dia guna perkataan why. Kenapa? Sebab when we ask why, of course orang akan bagi purpose. Okay, so tips dia dekat sini. Contohlah kita dah list dah ni. Okay, purpose, tujuan, objektif, aim. Tiba-tiba dengar audio tak ada pun semua perkataan ni, teacher. Okay, go back to the question. So bila kita nak cari purpose, of course the question yang kita akan tanya is why. So maybe instead of asking or maybe instead of mentioning the word selain daripada dia sebut perkataan-perkataan tadi, mungkin dia sebut perkataan why. Kenapa orang guna advertisement? Okay. So look at the answers to educate us on the latest product. Okay, educate. What is the meaning of educate? Is the meaning of okay. Patutlah lama tadi. Propose. Salah tu. This is purpose, bukan propose. Okay, now what is the meaning of educate? Mendidik. Okay, now what is pelajaran? Pelajaran is education, sayang. It's a different thing. Okay, but good. Tutor is not a verb. Educate is a verb. So tutor bukan verb. Okay, nice try. Hana, teach, teaching, teach. Yes, okay. Mungkin dia akan guna perkataan teach. Okay, maybe selain daripada teach or educate, mungkin dia akan guna perkataan preach. Preach means macam ajar jugalah. Instruct. Okay, maybe. Okay, latest. Now look at the word latest here. Is there any other word that we can use to replace latest? Ada perkataan lain tak untuk kita guna ganti? So maybe dalam audio dia tak guna perkataan latest ni, dia guna perkataan lain. Terbaharu. So terbaharu in English is new, right? So maybe dia akan guna perkataan new. Okay, new product, something new. Okay. B, look at B. To encourage us to buy all kinds of products. Encourage. Encourage is like memujuk. So is there any other word that we can use to replace encourage? Maybe to persuade, boleh juga? Yes, very good. Persuade. Okay, maybe dia persuade kita all kinds of product, meaning everything. Buying everything. Or maybe dia akan guna perkataan lain. Contohnya macam boros ke, something like you buy everything, you buy on impulse ke, okay? And then C, to make us feel bad for not owning certain products. Okay, feel bad meaning that we feel like disappointed ke maybe, okay? We feel sad. And then owning. What is the meaning of owning here? Memiliki. So, maybe in the audio, dia akan guna perkataan lain. For example, like buy maybe. Maybe beli ke. Okay, buy or purchase maybe. Having, yes, good. So, dia akan guna perkataan lain. Okay, next one. Number 9. Okay, why do images and words matter in advertising? Why? So, you have to give reason. Images can be pictures and words matter in advertising. So advertising is iklan lah. Now what is the another word for matter here? Perkataan lain untuk matter. Okay, poses tadi boleh lah untuk owning. Important, very good. Important, essential, maybe. So kenapa pentingnya ada gambar dan ada perkataan ni? Okay, A, consumers form a feel-good connection to the brand. Feel-good connection. Okay, maybe it has something to do with emotion. Okay, sorry teacher guna mouse so it's a bit slow and hideous. Okay, mungkin ada pasal emotion. But kalau emotion apa? Now look at feel-good. Is it a happy one or is it a sad one? Happy. So something, a happy emotion, okay? You feel good about it, okay? Next one, okay. Consumers means the customers lah, the people who buy things, okay? Predict what the product is actually like, okay? Predict means agak. Dia dah boleh agak dah, okay? Produk tu macam mana. Okay, consumers like to watch advertisements that are relatable and exaggerated. Consumers ni suka tengok advertisement that are relatable, yang berkaitan, and exaggerated. Exaggerated means melampau. So which one will be the answer? Okay, so it can be a bit confusing, but no worries. Okay, let's try and listen to the audio. Okay, kalau kurang jelas sebab suara dia agak slow. Kalau if you think it's not clear enough, okay, make sure you put it near your ears, okay, biar dengar, biar jelas sikit, okay. So we're going to listen to the audio for question 8 and 9, okay. So try to find the answers.
From fashion to food, medicine to makeup, pretty much anything can be sold to us. As a society, we have been made to feel terrible if we do not own the latest products. But what we do not realize is that through advertisements, brands have been manipulating consumers to buy on impulse. So how do advertisements work? Well, they use psychology. Advertising campaigns often use images that are both relatable and exaggerated at once to generate an emotional response from the consumer. For instance, laundry detergent advertisements tend to feature flowers, sunshine, or babies. Car advertisements use adjectives like stronger, better, and faster to convince consumers of the superiority of their brand. Positive feelings and associations are then created towards the product.
Now, sepatutnya dia lagi panjang lah sebab ada 8 questions kan. Okay, so for these 2 questions, did you manage to find the answers? Okay, teacher akan mainkan sekali lagi. Now, let's focus on question 8 first. So remember, what is the main purpose of the advertisement? Apa sebenarnya yang sebenar-benarnya reason dia kenapa ada advertisement? Okay, now listen again. Okay.
You will hear Asha giving a talk on advertisements. Good morning and welcome to the Young Consumers Conference. My name is Asha and I'm going to speak to you about the power of advertising. We live in a world that is constantly bombarding us with all kinds of advertisements, from fashion to food, medicine to makeup. Pretty much anything can be sold to us. As a society, we have been made to feel terrible if we do not own the latest products.
Okay, let me stop there first. Bagi teacher stop dulu. Okay, dia ada sebut pasal it will make us feel bad if we don't buy certain products. So that is not, okay, kalau kita kata C jawapan dia kan, that is not the real answer. That is not the main purpose. Itu bukan sebab kenapa ada advertisement. Okay, kenapa advertisement tu dikeluarkan? Supaya kita rasa teruk ke? No. That is not the purpose. That is not the reason why. Okay, now let's listen to the next part. So
But
see
what we
out
do
there.
not realize is that through advertisements, brands have been manipulating consumers to buy on impulse.
Okay. Okay, dia kata apa tadi? Okay, through advertisements, okay, they manipulate us to buy on impulse. Okay, manipulate. Okay, what is the meaning of manipulate? Manipulasi. Okay, another word for manipulate? Tadi ada sebut tadi. What is the other word for encourage? Persuade kan? So manipulate ni samalah kadang-kadang kita pujuk, betul tak? Pujuk lagi. So sometimes dalam kita memujuk orang while persuading, okay, we are actually manipulating. Kita sambil-sambil pujuk tu kita manipulate orang. Okay, kita memberi galakan. So the advertising, the real reason is to buy on impulse. Now, buy on impulse means beli semua ikut perasaan. You buy everything that you want. You buy everything that you feel you want to buy. So maksudnya all kinds of products lah. Every advertisement awak tengok semua nak beli. Semua advertisement dekat Shopee, dekat Facebook, dekat TikTok, semua nak beli. Okay, so the answer is B. Okay, now maybe the recording is a bit not clear, it's a bit unclear because the voice is so soft. Okay, but later on you can try again. Okay, so sebab kita nak fokus dekat part 3, paper 2 pula nanti tak sempat. Okay, so later on you can continue with question 9. Okay, now kita nak pergi dekat part 3. Okay, so part 3, alright, we will focus on speaker 1. So this is part 3. So teacher pergi dekat handout. So now teacher nak conteng. Okay, part 3, if you look here. Okay, so you will listen to 5 short extracts which teenagers are deciding to take up a new hobby. Okay, this is why it is important to read the instruction. Supaya kita faham situasi teks ni pasal apa. So kita akan dengar tentang teenagers take up a new hobby. Kenapa teenagers ambil ataupun buat hobi yang baru? Okay, now there will be 5 speakers. So you have to find the statements. Okay, look at the statements. Jangan tengok speaker ni, kita tak tahu siapa speaker ni. Look at the statements so that you understand. Okay, A, I would like to help others through my hobby. So dia nak tolong orang. I would like to help others through my hobby, melalui hobi saya. Okay, or maybe it will give me the chance to make some money. So now, it will give me the chance. What is another word for chance? What is another word for chance? Maybe dalam audio dia tak guna chance, dia guna something else. Okay, another word, opportunities. Very good, opportunities. Okay, so maybe dia akan guna opportunity. Okay, to make some money. So maybe in the audio dia tak cakap make some money, dia kata apa? What do you understand with make some money? Earn, very good, you earn money. Maybe you sell something. You use your hobby to sell something. Boleh juga, you earn something from your hobby, you earn money from your hobby by selling something. Dia jual sesuatu menggunakan hobi dia. Mungkin. Okay, C, the hobby is refreshing change. Refreshing means good change lah, perubahan yang bagus from being at home or in school. So instead of being at home, selain daripada duduk rumah atau dekat sekolah, doing the hobby is something good, a change, okay? Perubahan yang bagus. Okay. D, this hobby gives me the chance again. So maybe opportunity ke dia guna to meet new people. So maybe in the audio dia tak guna people, dia guna siapa? Kalau dia tak guna people dalam audio, dia guna apa rasa-rasanya? Kita kena predict dulu. Maybe if not people, they will use something else. Remember dia teenagers. So perkataan apa yang related to teenagers kalau kita kata orang? We say people, apa perkataan yang related to teenagers? Students, maybe? Students? Selain daripada students? Friends, mungkin? Instead of students, maybe dia guna friends ke? Instead of friends, dia guna students ke? Okay, so dia jumpa orang yang baru. So mungkin kawan, mungkin pelajar baru ke? Okay? Next one, I can get a prize. Now, when you look the word prize here, what do you understand with this? Bila nampak perkataan prize dekat sini? Rasa-rasanya kenapa dia ada cakap pasal prize dekat sini? What does it relate to? Dia berkaitan apa? Prize ni hadiah. So kalau cakap pasal hadiah, dia berkaitan dengan apa situasi ni? Maybe money, very good. Maybe the price is money. Okay, ataupun actually maybe it's related to competition. Dia melibatkan pertandingan. So bila dia join pertandingan baru dia dapat prize kan? Okay, so maybe it is related to a competition. Okay, if I take this hobby seriously, dengan seriusnya. Okay, F, this hobby can help me overcome a fear. Overcome means, what is the meaning of overcome? Atasi. Okay, so maybe dia tak guna perkataan overcome, maybe dia guna perkataan fight. So a simple word for overcome is fight. Kita lawan kan? Kita atasi dia. A fear. Okay, a fear can be anything. It can be a phobia. Okay, boleh phobia. It can be something that you scared of, something that I scared. Okay. Now G, I want to get fit through this hobby. So fit, to get fit here means what? What is the meaning here? To get fit. Siapa tahu? Slim. Okay, maybe something that is related to workout. Getting healthier, nak lagi sihat kan? Okay, so maybe. Right. Now, we are going to listen to the first speaker. Kita nak dengar speaker 1 ni cakap apa. Try to find which statement mentioned by the first speaker. Speaker 1 ni cakap yang mana satu. Okay. So, let me play the audio. Listen to it very carefully, okay?
Speaker 1. When I decided to take up football, it was far more about socializing than about exercising, especially since I had just moved to this neighborhood and hardly know anyone. Hopefully the boys I meet will be friendly and won't mind my mediocre football skills.
Okay. Now, can you get the answer when you hear it once? Boleh dengar tak jawapan dia yang mana satu bila dengar sekali? Rasa-rasanya mana satu? Dia ada cakap juga pasal, pasal health ada juga. Tapi yang mana satu jawapan dia? Okay, so kalau tak ada jawapan, I assume that you cannot find the answer lah. Okay, so tak apa. Teacher akan patah balik. Okay, let's listen to it again. Okay, kalau yang ni, dia cakap pasal tolong orang lain, helping others. Here, making some money, dapat duit. Here, perubahan, something that is good, a good change. Here, meet new people, jumpa orang yang baru. Okay. Or maybe socializing. Okay. Alright. Get a prize, dapat hadiah. So, remember, it may relate to competition. Overcome a fear, atasi sesuatu yang kita takut. Or maybe to get fit, nak jadi sihat. So, which one?
Speaker 1. When I decided to take up football, it was far more about socializing than about exercising, especially since I had just moved to this neighborhood and hardly know anyone. Hopefully the boys I meet will be friendly and won't mind my mediocre football skills.
Okay. Okay, Imanuddin say confusing. It's a bit confusing. Okay, can't hear it clearly. So maybe because the sound, the voice is a bit soft. Okay. Right, siapa yang rasa-rasa macam jumpalah jawapan dia? Anyone? It's the speaker says something about socializing. Okay, maybe D. Yes, the answer is actually D. Very good. D. D is the answer. Sebab dia ada cakap pasal socializing. New boys. Okay, so dia jumpa orang yang lain sebab dia lebih suka berkawan daripada selain daripada nak jadi sihat, dia lebih pergi kepada nak berkawan dengan orang lain. So yes, the answer is D. Okay, very good. So this is how, okay. So once you dah confident D is the answer, terus cross cross D, tulis dekat sini D. Okay, and then barulah tengok jawapan yang lain. So move on to the next speakers. Okay, so this is part 3. Lebih kurang macam ni lah, meaning that you have to look at the statements. Okay, try to find the meaning, try to understand the statements. And then bila kita nak dengar speaker ni, kita cari yang mana satu dia cakap. Okay, and then you find the answer. Right, so this is part 3. Right, now part 4. Okay, the most challenging part is part 4 because you will not be given any answers dekat sini. Tak ada jawapan pun ditulis. Tak ada pilihan jawapan. No choices of answers here. You have to find the answers on your own. Okay? Kena cari jawapan tu sendiri. Okay. Meaning, let me go to this one. Okay. Meaning, you have to listen to a person talking about vaccines. So, it can be a story. It can be about this one, informational monologues. Okay. This will be interview. Okay, dia akan interview. So, ada orang yang interview, ada orang yang akan jawab soalan-soalan interview tu. And then you have to listen to find the missing information. Information yang hilang daripada sini. Okay, information yang hilang. Okay. Use no more than one word for each space. Yang ni penting. Kadang-kadang ramai student terlepas pandang yang ni. No more than one word meaning only one word. Satu perkataan sahaja. Okay. Teacher nak try 21, 22 and 23. Okay. You will listen to the recording. But don't worry if you cannot find the answer yet. Don't worry, okay. So kita akan dengar kita akan tengok dengar interview tu and then kita akan cuba cari jawapan. Now, before you find the answer, you have to look at the words before and after the blank. Okay, sebab kadang-kadang kita macam mana kita nak tahu clue dia, teacher? So kadang-kadang jangan fikir terlampau jauh. Okay, kita tengok perkataan sebelum dan selepas dia. Okay, kalau teacher perkataan sebelum dia the, teacher dalam recording banyak dia sebut the. Now, tengok balik ayat, maksudnya daripada awal ayat tu. So, here you can see the traditional kind. Traditional kind. Kind ni rujuk kepada apa? It shows it refers to the vaccines. So, the traditional vaccine, so it's about traditional vaccine, okay, takes advantage of the what? Of pathogens. So maybe in the audio, you will hear this one also. The word pathogens. So basically, perkataan sebelum pathogens tu adalah jawapan dia. Okay, bila dia guna perkataan the, okay, this is a bit on grammar. Okay, bila kita guna perkataan the, of course, it must be a noun here. Mesti kata nama. A thing. Okay, a thing. Alright, a thing. Sesuatu. Satu benda. Okay, so something that is related to pathogens. What is it? Alright. Which are organisms that cause these diseases? So, apa perkataan, apa diseases tu? Okay, diseases dia akan bagi contoh. Maybe dalam ni tak ada, but in the audio ada diseases tu. Okay. More advanced vaccines. So, advanced vaccine, tadi traditional, now advanced, okay, are based on the incorporation of new what material? New what material? So, new here, it can be an adjective. So, maybe this will be a noun. Dia ada kaitan juga dengan grammar dekat sini. So nanti teachers kita boleh ajar juga student kita untuk tengok all the vocab yang dia guna, parts of speech ke, untuk dia cari jawapan. Dia lebih kurang sama macam part 4 and part 5 for reading. Okay. So maybe when you listen to the word new, lepas tu kita dengar material, maybe the word in the middle tu jawapan dia. Okay. Next one, both types. Okay, both types means traditional and advanced. Okay, stimulate the immune what? So immune apa? The immune. Okay, macam teacher kata tadi, lepas the mesti noun. So the immune, apa dia? Apa benda kat sini? It can be a thing to combat a disease within the body. So this, kalau kita tengok to combat a disease within the body, this is the function of this thing. Okay. So kita nak tengok macam ni. So maybe this is why teacher kata ini adalah bahagian yang paling mencabar. Sebab kita kena tahu macam mana kita nak cari clue dia. Okay. So now, it's okay if you still cannot find the answer. Tak apa, jangan risau. Masih lagi sempat untuk kita buat praktis, tapi teacher nak awak dengar dulu macam mana teks dia. Okay, so now we are going to listen to the text. Okay, kalau macam tadi saya cakap, kalau tak dengar because it's so soft ke apa ke, so kalau pakai phone, dekatkan sikit dengan telinga. Okay, so let's listen to the audio and try to find the answer. Okay, right.
Thanks for joining us today, Dr. Shasha. Could you tell us how a vaccine works?
Sure. In layman terms, a vaccine is an injection you get to prevent diseases, such as measles and tetanus. There are now two types of vaccines. The traditional vaccine uses the structure of pathogens. A pathogen is a bacterium, virus, parasite, or fungus that can cause a disease within the body. The traditional vaccine can be a weakened or inactive part of a pathogen that stimulates the body to fight an infection. On the other hand, newer vaccines contain the blueprint that introduces a genetic component in a person. Essentially, both types of vaccines create the antibodies and other immune responses needed to fight a disease. Our bodies do not produce these antibodies and immune responses naturally, so we need vaccines.
Okay, dia stop dekat situ. Okay, now rasa-rasa jumpa tak jawapan dia? Did you get the answer for any of these three blanks? Jumpa tak jawapan untuk tiga ni? Okay, now tak apa, teacher assume tak jumpa lah. Okay, thank you Ahmad Louis, you didn't find the answer. It's okay, teacher faham kenapa. Now let me go back to the handouts. Teacher pergi patah balik dekat handouts. Now, if you listen to the audio, okay, dia tak guna perkataan yang ada dalam teks ni sangat. Okay, for example, the word combat. If you listen carefully, tak ada perkataan combat dalam audio tadi. Dia guna perkataan fight. Another word for combat, dia guna perkataan fight. So something that is used to fight the disease. Disease dia ada mention tadi, measles, dia ada mention penyakit-penyakit tu. Okay, so apa yang dia guna untuk fight the disease within the body? Okay, so sebab tu dia, yang ini teacher sendiri pun mengaku this is a bit hard for the students, but don't worry, with practices, okay, kita boleh jumpa. So now, we will do this together. Kita akan buat sama-sama. Okay, we will do this together. Kita akan tengok macam mana kita dengar jawapan dia. Okay, so let's listen again. Okay.
Thanks for joining us today, Dr. Shasha. Could you tell us how a vaccine works?
Sure. In layman terms, a vaccine is an injection you get to prevent diseases, such as measles and tetanus.
Okay, teacher pause sekejap. So, dia ada mention diseases apa? Measles and tetanus. Okay, dalam teks dia tak tulis diseases apa. So, the diseases are measles and tetanus. Okay, next.
There are now two types of vaccines. The traditional vaccine uses the structure of pathogens.
Okay, teacher pause dekat situ. Did you hear the word pathogens? Dengar tak perkataan pathogens ni? Yes, okay. Now, what is the word before pathogens tadi? Siapa perasan? Structure, yes. So the answer is actually structure. Sebab tu teacher kata kita kena tengok perkataan sebelum dan selepas. Now, sebelum dia ada the. Teacher dalam tag, dalam audio ni banyak the. Sini the, situ the. Ni ada the lagi teacher. Macam mana kita nak tahu? Okay. Kalau rasa macam tak boleh nak cari clue dia sebelum blank, tengok selepas blank. Ada pathogens. Okay, now, yes, the answer for number 21 is structure. Okay, structure of pathogens. Okay, very good. Now, let's listen to the next part. Cuba cari yang 22. Okay.
A pathogen is a bacterium, virus, parasite, or fungus that can cause a disease within the body.
Okay, organisms, dalam audio dia tak guna organisms. Dia guna bacterium, dia guna viruses, semua tu organism, okay? Alright.
The traditional vaccine can be a weakened or inactive part of a pathogen that stimulates the body to fight an infection. On the other hand, newer vaccines contain the blueprint that introduces a genetic component in a person.
Okay. Now, siapa jumpa perkataan nombor 22 ni? Siapa jumpa? Okay. Now, for number 22, okay, dia tak guna ni. Dia tak guna material. Dia guna something else. Okay. So, tak ada material dekat sini. So, teacher patah balik. Okay. Supaya kita boleh dengar lagi sekali. Okay, dia tak guna perkataan material Dia guna perkataan lain. Okay, now let's listen again.
Thanks for joining us today, Dr. Shasha. Could you tell us how a vaccine works?
Sure. One more thing, sorry, teacher stop dekat situ sekejap. Dia tak guna perkataan advance. Dia guna perkataan newer. Newer maksudnya yang terbaru. So advance maksudnya yang terkini lah, terbaru. Okay?
Sure. In layman terms, a vaccine is an injection you get to prevent diseases, such as measles and tetanus. There are now two types of vaccines. The traditional vaccine uses the structure of pathogens. A pathogen is a bacterium, virus, parasite, or fungus that can cause a disease within the body. The traditional vaccine can be a weakened or inactive part of a pathogen that stimulates the body to fight an infection. On the other hand, newer vaccines contain the blueprint that introduces a genetic component in a person.
Okay. Now, material dia ganti dengan komponen. Okay, dia ganti dengan komponen. So, siapa rasa-rasa terdengar apa perkataan sebelum komponen tadi? So, it genetic. Okay, code. Dia macam tak sure. Genetic lah rasa. Yes, actually the answer is genetic. New genetic material. Okay, now, new pun dia tak guna. Kalau kita cari tak ada pun teacher perkataan new, dia guna introduces. Memperkenalkan. So, bila kita memperkenalkan something, okay, that thing must be a new thing for us. So, kadang-kadang dalam teks saya tak guna perkataan yang sama dalam audio. Okay. So, yes, very good. The answer is genetic. Okay, now, we are going to listen to number 23. Okay, number 23 ni senang sikit daripada number 22. Okay, ingat, teacher cakap tadi, combat here, dia tak guna perkataan combat, dia guna perkataan fight. Okay, remember, teacher patah balik dekat sini sebab nampak sikit. Okay, both types, the traditional and advanced, okay, will stimulate the immune what? Something, ada benda dekat sini which will be used, yang kita akan guna to fight. Dia guna perkataan fight tadi, dia tak guna perkataan combat. To fight a disease within the body. So what is this thing? So we are going to listen again. So dengar betul-betul dia sebelum perkataan fight tadi. Okay. Alright.
Essentially, both types of vaccines create the antibodies and other immune responses needed to fight a disease.
Okay. Now, ada perkataan immune, ada perkataan fight. So, apa perkataan dekat tengah-tengah tu? The immune something which is used to fight, what is it? Siapa dengar? Not antibody. Okay, responses. Okay, it's not responsers. Dia tak ada S, dia responses. Immune responses to fight a disease within the body. Okay, so yes, the correct answer is responses. Okay, now, it's a bit challenging kan, part 4? Okay, so practice will make you become better. So practice makes perfect. So banyakkan latihan dekat part 4 ni. Okay, cuba cari clue sebab biasanya part 4 ni lebih kepada macam mana kita nak dengar. Okay, practice makes better. Yes. Okay, practice makes perfect. Practice makes you a better person. Okay, so you have to do more practices here. So teachers, including me, termasuk saya pun rasa kita memang kena banyak latihan dekat part 4 ni. Sebab part 4 ni dia agak mencabar sebab dia tak ada pilihan jawapan. So our students can be very confused because they have to find the clues, and sometimes dekat clues tu susah untuk student nak faham sebab sometimes dalam audio dia tak guna perkataan yang sama. Jadi dekat part 4 ni, it is very important for us to have wide vocabulary. Sangat penting untuk kita ada vocabulary yang luas. The word bank. So siapa ada buku teks, cuba tengok word bank. Dekat situ ada banyak perkataan-perkataan lain. Macam tadi combat. Kita nampak combat. Kita pun carilah, dengarlah perkataan combat. Tak ada. Padahal dalam teks, dalam recording dia guna fight. Okay. So kita kena ada vocabulary yang luas juga untuk kita faham clues dia. Okay. Now, do you have any questions regarding to the parts of paper 4? Ada tak soalan pasal parts-parts ni? Teacher dah ambil masa sejam lebih dah dekat sini. Banyak benda sebenarnya kita boleh buat untuk listening. Okay, tak ada soalan Teacher boleh teruskan Okay, let me continue. Macam mana kita nak improve listening skill? Macam mana kita nak improve listening skill? Does it just involve, beli buku reference, buat je listening activities? No. Okay. Sebab for listening listening exam, you need to listen for main ideas and also specific ideas. So kita kena banyak mendengar. Now, mendengar ni boleh banyak-banyak macam-macam cara. Different kinds of ways to listen to. So now, I think we still have time. Masih ada lagi masa. Okay. One, for you to practice your listening skill. Okay, kita kan suka tengok movie. We love to watch TV shows. For example, like English movies ke, or maybe we love to listen to English songs, right? Kalau teacher tanya, mesti ramai tahu dah lagu-lagu English yang latest ni. Yang banyak dekat TikTok. Netflix all the time. Yes, very good. Now, when you want to practice your listening skill, okay, salah satu cara tu, jangan tengok subtitle. Kalau Netflix, kita boleh off subtitle kan? Okay. Try to listen without the subtitle. Ataupun, okay, tak apalah nak ada subtitle, tapi jangan tengok. Don't look at the subtitles. Try to listen and try to understand the story. Same goes to songs. Okay, when you listen to music or songs, okay, don't look at the lyrics. Cuba dengar dulu. Apa yang dia cakap dalam lagu ni? Okay, and then you want to cross-check boleh. Okay, check balik lyrics. Okay, lepas tu dengar balik without looking at the lyrics. Okay, so that we will practice our listening by listening to the words. Okay, to the words of for example, from the movie or for the songs. Okay. Once you have, contohlah dah mahir dah. Okay, dah teacher, kita dah boleh dah dengar lagu English tanpa lyrics. Okay. Listen to podcasts or radio programs. Or maybe, yes, TED Talk. TED Talk bagus juga untuk kita dengar. Tapi TED Talk kadang-kadang we don't really listen to that person talking. We look at the slides ke, kita tengok muka orang tu bercakap kadang-kadang kan. Okay, listen to podcasts and radio programs. Okay, kalau dalam Malaysia kita ada, for example, Mix.fm, Hits, those are English radio programs, okay, radio channels. So you can listen to them. Sebenarnya teacher pun buat macam tu juga. Kadang-kadang dulu masa awal-awal posting kan, kita rasa takut nak cakap BI dengan pelajar-pelajar kita. So what I do is, on my way to school, I will listen to English radio channels and I will macam individually, personally, teacher akan reply apa yang dia cakap. I will listen and then I will try to reply. Tak adalah call dia, kita reply saja seseorang kan. Okay, so we will listen to the issues, we will listen to the advertisement, kita dengar. And then bila kita dengar radio program, see of course tak ada subtitle, tak ada lyrics kan. Okay, kita dengar je. Okay. And okay, contohlah siapa tadi tengok TED Talk, for example, if you look at, if you watch a documentary, if you watch a talk ke kan, okay, while listening, try to jot down or try to write the information that you get from the listening. Okay, daripada kita dengar tu, kita try jot down 1 atau 2, 3 information yang kita dapat. This will test your vocabulary juga. Okay, kita faham tak vocabulary dia apa? Kita faham tak isu dia apa? So try. Okay, contohlah for example you watch or you watch a music or you listen to a song. Okay, try to jot down the vocab, the words that you get from the song. Boleh juga. Okay, try to, kalau teacher rasa kan zaman teacher dulu tak ada internet. Zaman kita kan, teacher Atika kita tak ada internet. So kadang-kadang kita dengar lagu, kita tak ada lyrics. Kadang-kadang nak cari lyrics kena cari daripada magazine, kena cari daripada newspaper.
Betul.
Apa yang kita buat, biarlah tak faham pun lagu tu masa tu siapa? Westlife kan, semua tu kan. Kita tak faham pun kita dengar. Lepas tu kadang-kadang we will have the book for lyrics. Kita ada lirik, buku lirik. Tulislah, biar salah pun tulis dulu.
That's a classic.
Klasik sangat kan. Kita tulis lirik tu. Apa yang kita dengar kita tulis. Lepas tu contohlah dah beli magazine, baru jumpa lirik tu, kita check balik. Kalau salah kita betulkan lah ataupun kita tampal je yang baru tu. Tapi teacher lagi suka, kalau zaman teacher dulu, teacher suka tulis lagu-lagu macam contoh kumpulan Blue dulu kan. Kita dengar lagu dia.
And there's a newspaper, section for the lyrics,
Yes, susah. Zaman teacher dulu, walaupun teacher tak adalah tua sangat, tapi maksudnya zaman teacher tak ada internet, umur awak teacher tak ada internet lagi, phone pun tak ada. So kita dengar radio, kita dengar lagu, bestnya lagu ni. Selain daripada penyanyi-penyanyi dia handsome, tapi kita suka lagu dia kan. Okay, so kita nak tahu lirik dia, kita tulis je kita faham apa. Tulis je dulu. Once kita dah dapat lirik dia, baru kita check balik. Macam ni rupanya perkataan dia. Macam ni rupanya sebut. So that is how you test your listening skill. You listen to the song, you try to write down the lyrics. Okay.
And another one, Teacher Atika, I think they can also record themselves. Trying to, record themselves when they listen to the music, they try to listen to themselves and then see how they sounds like.
Yes.
Lagu,
yes, betul. You sing again that song. Teacher pun, okay, kita adalah second speaker of English. We are not native speaker. Kita bukan bahasa Inggeris yang pertama sekali kan, kita bahasa Melayu. So there could be sometimes even me making mistakes pronouncing some words. So kita dengar betul ke dia sebut ni? Betul ke aku sebut ni? Okay, and then we check again. Dengar banyak-banyak kali, lepas tu kita check macam ni rupanya sebut dia. That is how you train your listening skill. So biasanya listening skill ni dia akan bergabung dengan skill-skill lain, speaking. Okay, when you listen, you will learn how to speak. When you listen, sometimes when you read, you will learn how to listen. When you listen, you will learn how to read. Kadang-kadang kalau lirik lagu tu kan, kita tak faham cara nak sebut. Kita dengar lagu dulu baru kita tahu macam mana nak sebut perkataan tu. So remember to jot down the information while listening to the songs ke, to the radio programs. Siapa suka tengok TED Talk ni, bagus. Jot down all the information. Okay. And then of course number 4 for your exam, for exam purposes. Okay, try to do any online listening activities or quizzes. Ada banyak. So nanti dekat online, sebab kita kan CEFR. So for CEFR, kita ada format tertentu. So if you search on Google, you can try to find listening activities for B1 learners. Awak B1. Kita ambil level B1 lah. Kalau B2 it's a bit difficult. Okay, so kita try B1 dulu. Banyak sangat dekat Google. Boleh cari. Tapi biasanya kalau kita cari dekat Google, dia akan keluar yang Cambridge. Okay, so kalau Cambridge, ada accent sikit lah, but I think the accent will help you a lot. Cuba try. And then kalau dalam kelas bila teacher buat listening activities, join, be active. Okay, it will help you to improve yourself for listening paper. Okay, so teacher rasa itu sahaja untuk listening part. Dah ambil masa dah dekat pukul 10 dah. So ada setengah jam je lagi untuk reading. Untuk writing, sorry. Tapi teacher rasa macam sangat bagus lah sebenarnya sebab kita nanti buka sekolah dah nak kena ada listening kan. Kalau macam yang lain tu kita dah terbiasa, kita dah biasa buat latihan. So I think listening is very important. Okay, so do you have any questions on listening? So lepas tu teacher nak masuk bahagian writing pula. Ada soalan tak pasal listening?
If you have understood throughout the session, can you please raise your hand?
Siapa yang rasa macam teacher boleh continue, boleh raise your hand. Okay. Alright. Okay, so teacher continue
So we're going to do a very speed up, a session for writing. So teacher Atika, the good thing is that walaupun panjang, tapi kita asalkan you faham sebab listening ni jarang-jarang kita dapat dengar webinar tau. Biasa kita dengar writing, reading. So this session is very, very useful for you. I hope in the long run pun nanti nak buat perbincangan pun boleh. Okay, without wasting the time, let's continue to the next one.
Okay, let's continue with the writing skills. Okay, so for the and untuk part 3, teacher akan fokus on article and report. Now, okay, so part 3 for paper 2. Okay, so these are the questions. Teacher rasa awak pun semua dah tahu apa essay yang kena ada untuk part 3. Okay, but now imagine maybe kalaulah keluar soalan article and report yang senang untuk ditulis, okay, why don't you try kan? Okay, and then how many words you have to write, okay, macam mana kita akan assess. So teacher rasa untuk part 3 ni semua orang dah tahu sebenarnya cara assess ya kan? Okay, so this is the essays that we have for part 3, okay, article, report, review or story. So teacher akan focus on these two. Next, okay, sample questions teacher ada bagi dalam handouts. Kalau tengok handouts memang teacher ada bagi sampel untuk report and article. So ada 3 soalan untuk report, 3 questions on report. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 questions on article. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, okay, these are the things that you need to know. Okay, basically teacher rasa kalau story semua orang tahu dah macam mana nak tulis. Okay, of course it is informal, of course it is narrative, and nak buat story kita lagi cantik, lagi sedap dibaca, kita boleh masukkan dialogues, kita boleh masukkan monologues kan. Okay, now what about article and report? Okay, article and report kalau dari segi CA, communicative achievement, dari segi gaya bahasa lah kalau kita kata bahasa yang mudah sikit, it must be formal. Okay, it must be formal. Kalau basically report is the most formal one lah. Okay, article it can be semi-formal. Semi-formal ni bukan informal semi-formal dia masih lagi formal tapi dia sound a bit friendly based on the topic. Tengok topik mana dan tengok artikel tu untuk siapa. Okay, tapi report, because it's a report, laporan, it must be formal. Okay, and kalau article, it must be informative. You have all the informations in there, and sometimes it can be persuasive. Maybe you want to write an article about something or about a place. Okay, you can persuade people to go to that place. Contohnya, boleh jadi persuasive. Kalau report, okay, not all reports must have passive structures, tak semua. Okay, but it is advisable kalau boleh ada passive structures, ayat pasif sikit. Okay, and then jangan guna informal structures. Informal structures ni meaning jangan pula tiba-tiba tulis dialog, jangan tulis, kalau boleh avoid contractions. Contraction maksudnya pendekkan perkataan tu, jangan guna slang. Okay, so avoid this. Okay, and then okay, kalau organisation sama je macam essay-essay yang biasa, you must have like paragraphs, and then ada cohesive devices. Kita akan tengok cohesive devices ni sekejap lagi. And sentence structures, which I believe your teachers have taught you. Okay, types of sentence structures. Now, kalau language pula. Okay, for part 3, it is advisable for you to learn the word cloud. Remember? Tadi tiada sebut juga word cloud, word bank. So, apa kepentingan word bank ni? Nanti teacher akan tunjuk. Okay, variety of sentence structures. Again, sama juga. Now, excellent punctuations. What does it mean by excellent punctuations here? So, it is very important kalau artikel ni kena guna punctuations yang betul. Where do you, for example, tanda baca. Okay, where do you want to put full stops? Where do you want to put comma? Where do you want to put capital letters or small letters? Itu sangat penting. Okay, so these are the things that we will look at for part 3. Okay. Now, okay, the assessment criteria yang ini teacher ambil daripada apa tu? Intervensi punya modul from JPN. Semua orang dah dapat, teacher rasa sekolah pun dah ada. So, yang ini teacher rasa semua tahu dah. You will be tested on content, communicative achievement, organisation and language. Okay, content teacher rasa tak ada masalah. Now, kita nak tengok communicative achievement ni. Okay, sebab bila kita cakap pasal report and article, it is very important for us to know how to write reports and article. Okay. Okay, sini. Alright, dekat sini. Okay, communicative achievement. Teacher nak tengok communicative achievement ni. Okay, uses the ways of communicative tasks with flexibility to present complex ideas effectively. Ni kalau 5 markah lah. Kalau kita tengok 3, okay, kita nak aim 3 dulu. Okay, uses the conventions of the communicative task to hold the target reader's attention and communicate straightforward ideas appropriately. Dekat sini maksudnya kita kena guna gaya bahasa yang betul. Contohnya convention ni. Convention ni antaranya adalah tone, okay, the language that you use, the register. Register ni sama ada dia formal ataupun informal. So kalau report, it must be formal. Kalau article, it must be formal. Okay, dia tak jadilah walaupun artikel tu untuk school magazine, it still must be formal. Okay, so kita kena tahu macam mana kita nak tulis dia. Okay, and then kalau organisation macam mana? Kita kena susun paragraf kita cantik-cantik. We need to use cohesive devices. Okay, not just simple linkers. Cohesive devices ni bukan sekadar linkers, bukan sekadar in addition, besides and moreover. Dia ada banyak lagi. Nanti teacher tunjuk. Okay. Now, okay, teacher pergi laju sikit lah bahagian ni sebab teacher rasa semua orang dah tahu dah. Teacher rasa semua orang dah dengar sebelum seminar-seminar sebelum ni. Okay, let's move faster. Okay, now, organisation. This is how you should write your essay. Okay, kalau report pun macam tu, artikel pun macam tu. Now, it does not have to be 5 paragraphs. So, kadang-kadang ada student teacher kena ke 5 paragraph. It depends on your points. So, if you have 3 points, for example, okay, you can have 5 paragraphs. But if you have more, for example, you have 4 points, okay, then have 6 paragraphs. But, kenapa teacher tunjuk hamburger ni? Okay, the importance of hamburger style ni is I want you to have a proper introduction, a proper conclusion and also proper paragraphs for the points. Maksudnya ada introduction, ada conclusion, lepas tu isi ada. Cuba bayangkan burger tak ada bun atas bawah. Ada daging je. It's not a burger, it's a patty. Itu daging sahaja. Imagine a burger without the content point. Oh, sorry. Without the salad, without the tomatoes and sauce, without the patty. Tinggal bun je. That is not a burger, that is a bun. Betul tak? Sama lah macam essay. Cuba bayang kalau essay ada introduction, ada conclusion je. Imagine your report ataupun artikel ada introduction, ada conclusion je. No points. That is not a good essay. Okay, ada isi but no introduction, no conclusion. That is not a good essay juga. So to have a good essay, okay, make sure you have everything. Introduction, the points, okay, ikut paragraph and then conclusion. Okay. So this is, teacher rasa hamburger ni sangat common lah. Okay, biasanya teacher pun akan ajar cara guna hamburger ni daripada lower form lagi teacher rasa. Okay. Now, kita nak tengok content points. Okay, tadi kan ada content points dekat sini. First point, second point, third point. Okay, dekat sini lah biasanya student akan ada masalah. You will have some problems to elaborate them. Nak kembangkan isi. Isi dah ada. Kalau dalam soalan teacher pergi balik dekat ni. Okay, contoh points, content points dah ada dekat sini. Dia bagi dah. Oh, lumak. Sorry. Content points dia dah bagi dekat sini. Okay. Now, macam mana kita nak elaborate? So, students, sometimes dia jadi writer's block. Dia jadi macam hang, jadi macam loading, tak boleh nak elaborate. Dia macam tak ada idea. Idea dah ada tapi tak boleh nak kembangkan. So, now I would like to share with you guys 2 writing tips or 2 writing techniques that you can use. So, later on, boleh guna dalam kelas nanti. One is Oreo. This is not biscuit Oreo tu This is not Oreo biscuit tu. This is how you can elaborate your points. So imagine this is a paragraph. Okay, kita gunakan Oreo ni sebagai satu paragraph. So you can start the paragraph by giving opinions first. Bagi opinion dulu. This can be your topic sentence, for example. And then you can give reasons to support the opinion. Contohlah, artikel tu pasal online learning. Okay, online learning. So you can say, okay, you can say, because this is for school magazine ke, so it can be friendly, the tone is friendly. So you can say, okay, in my opinion, boleh start juga, in my opinion, okay, online learning is a bit challenging for the students. Okay, itu opinion awak. Then you have to give reasons. Why? Okay, because the students have to sit in front of the laptop. Macam itulah. Okay, and then you can give examples. Bagi examples. And then once you have given your reasons, once you have given your examples, okay, you can restate your opinion. Nyatakan balik sebagai penutup paragraf tu. Now, this is not just for part 3. You can use this for part 1. You can use this for part 1 and part 2 juga. Okay, macam mana kita nak elaborate ideas. So, Oreo. Okay, so some of my students manage to write better essays lah. Walaupun tak excellent, tapi nampak dia boleh elaborate. Because elaborations boleh membantu dari segi content, dari segi CA juga. Okay, so you can write good elaborations. Okay, selain daripada Oreo, boleh juga guna dear. Dear, bukan rusa Dear. Kalau tadi Oreo, okay, now you can use dear juga. Okay, dear D, you can add details. So, kita dah tulis topic sentence. For example, kita dah tulis dah ayat pertama kita, topic sentence. Okay, add details. Details ni, it can be, something more about the issue contohnya. Okay, and then you can give examples. Ataupun you nak explain dulu pun boleh, vice versa. Okay, and then you give reasons. So, these 2 writing techniques, okay, are some of the tips or techniques that can be very useful for your writing. Tak semestinya part 3 je. Supaya nanti dalam essay kita punya point tu tak adalah hanging macam tu. Kita ada elaborations juga. Okay. Right. So these are the tips and the writing techniques. Right. Now, okay, these are the basic connectors. Okay, teacher rasa semua dah tahu dah fanboys ni. Okay, so these are the basic connectors. Okay, so kalau kita nak dapat good marks for organisation, jangan guna fanboys ni saja. Okay, try to use other cohesive devices. Okay, cohesive devices tak semestinya in addition, moreover, however, besides that sahaja. It can be anything. Okay, it can be a pronouns. Okay, kenapa pronouns? Pronouns ni kata ganti nama diri. So, in English, we have he, she, kan? Okay, for example, we talk about someone. Contohlah, you talk about teacher Atika. Okay, teacher Atika is an excellent teacher. Okay, the next sentence, kita tak akan guna dah teacher Atika. Kita akan guna she. She is used to refer to teacher Atika balik. So, bayangkan essay, teacher Atika is an excellent teacher. Teacher Atika is my English teacher. Teacher Atika, so in every paragraph, teacher Atika, teacher Atika, teacher Atika. So, the reader will find, tak ada perkataan lain ke nak guna. So you can use the word she to replace or to refer to her. So kalau kita tengok she, orang dah tahulah tu teacher Atika. Okay. Other than that, you can have prepositions of time, direction, or maybe conjunctions, okay? Or maybe ellipsis. Ellipsis ni maksudnya awak buang certain perkataan yang tak perlu. Sebab dia akan jadi redundant. Kadang-kadang kita suka ulang perkataan yang sama. Sedangkan tak perlu pun. So kita boleh buang. Okay. Or maybe you can use the word adverb. The adverbs. Okay. To show, for example, to show the actions ke. Okay. So these are the cohesive devices. Okay. Next one. Okay, tadi organization. Now we are looking for language. So language, teacher rasa semua orang dah tahu ni. The sentence structures. Simple, compound, complex, compound, complex. So a good essay, kalau boleh janganlah simple sentence and compound sentences je. It is good to have a mixture of everything. Okay. So teacher rasa semua pun dah belajar sebenarnya apa tu simple sentence, apa tu compound sentence kan. So just remember when you want to write a good essay, okay, try and be brave, okay. Be brave to use all the sentence structures. Tak apa, kalau salah you learn from your mistakes but try to use them. Okay, if you want to get good marks in terms of language. Okay, so these are the sentence structures. So just semua dah tahu benda ni. Right? Okay, now word cloud ataupun word bank. Penting ke word cloud ni? Okay, now ini sebenarnya word cloud untuk movie review. Tapi teacher tunjuk je dekat sini. Now, if you look at part 3, dia ada less common lexis. Less common lexis ni maksudnya perkataan yang awak jarang guna. Okay, contohlah, okay, these are the words related to movies, okay, movies. So kalau kita cakap pasal movie, dia ada perkataan macam character, something that you know, character, cinema, actor, actress, song. Okay, now those are basic vocab ataupun everyday vocab yang kita guna hari-hari. But for part 3, dia nak tengok kita ada tak perkataan lain yang kita tahu related to movie contohnya. So, installment, contoh CGI, can you use the word CGI? Okay, can you use the word thriller? Can you use the word franchise? Okay, so these are the word cloud. Meaning that dalam part 3 ni, kalau kita nak dapat good marks in language, kita kena ada perkataan yang lain daripada perkataan yang kita guna. Tak adalah kita kata, contoh kita kata, okay, I love this movie because it has popular actor, contoh. Okay, so popular actor is something basic. So selain daripada tu, don't you want to talk about the genre, the thriller part ke? Don't you want to talk about the series of the movie? So pentingnya kita kena ada benda ni. And I really recommend you guys to really look at your textbook. Textbook kita sangat banyak word bank yang kita boleh guna. So bila kita nak buat essay, try to refer to your textbook juga. Textbook kita sangat bagus. Form 4 and Form 5, teacher sangat suka full blast dengan download ni. Because you have a lot of vocabulary that you can learn. Okay, so kita boleh tengok juga. Right, so these are the word bank. Okay, so this one, common mistakes. Ni yang teacher Atika suruh emphasize sikit. Okay, this is not just for part 3. This is for all parts. All parts. Sebenarnya common mistakes ni sebenarnya kadang-kadang you know already there are the mistakes. There are the mistakes that you usually do. Selalu sangat kita buat. Lepas tu bila kita dapat essay, alamak salah tulis lagi. Alamak dah tahu dah essay mistake tapi still buat juga. So you have to be very careful with this common mistake. Kena hati-hati. Contohnya masih ada lagi kot students yang tersalah guna articles. Okay, bila nak guna bila nak guna and, ada lagi. Pronouns. Bila kita nak guna pronouns, masih lagi ada students, kalau tu teacher lah, masih lagi ada yang salah guna his, her, she, he pun salah guna lagi. Okay. Subject-verb agreement. This one kalau present tense, singular and plural verbs. So kalau ada S tak ada S, salah guna juga. So something that is simple tapi masih lagi mistakes, masih lagi errors kan. Okay, models and to infinitive. Okay, after that mesti root word. Yang ini pun selalu juga student buat. Salah juga. Dah guna model verb, still ada S, ada ED kadang-kadang. Okay. And then the prepositions used. Or maybe the conjunction, the fanboys. Salah guna lagi. Okay, passive form. Okay, gerunds and adverbs. So these are the common mistakes that you usually do. And teacher percaya, every time you get your essays back, dapat feedback, okay, semua tu dah bertanda. And teacher rasa kadang teacher awak pun suka tulis komen. Read the comments. Try to look at the errors. Kadang-kadang, kita nak improve diri kita ni bukan dengan tulis yang panjang-panjang. Okay, writing long essays will not give you good marks. Okay, make sure kita improve mistakes kita dulu. Barulah kita boleh pergi dekat essay yang panjang-panjang. So improve, okay? Change, improve your mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. Okay, nanti next essay jangan buat mistakes yang sama. Okay, so these are the things that we untuk assessment lah. Okay, now let's look at report. Ada 10 minit lagi. Okay, reports. Now, reports basically kita akan ada target audience dia. Siapa target audience dia? So kalau kita tengok soalan, sometimes you have to write a report to the principal. You have to write a report to your teacher advisor, guru penasihat. You have to write a report to the manager. Kena buat report kepada manager. So kita kena tahu siapa target audience, siapa target reader kita. It can be a particular person macam tadi principal, guru penasihat, teacher advisor, manager, or it can be a group. Meaning that you have to write a report for your English club. Kena tulis report untuk English club. So you need to know the target audience. Now, what are the functions of reports? Apa sebenarnya fungsi report ni? So basically report, okay, you will write about the information on certain issues. Kita akan ada information tentang sesuatu masalah ataupun sesuatu isu. And then in the report, sometimes kita boleh bagi recommendation, kita boleh bagi suggestion juga untuk improve the issue, untuk make something better. Okay, so these are the functions. Alright, now, okay, plan. This is how you should write your report. Okay, kalau yang ini teacher ambil daripada textbook tau. That is why I say I really love the textbook. Okay, basically bila kita tulis report, these are the things, the information that you need to write first. Okay, to kepada siapa? From awak lah, your name. Okay, and then subject, the title of the report. Okay, and then you need to write the introduction. Remember the burger, you need to have introduction. Okay, basically introduction tak payah panjang. Kita terus mention report ni untuk apa. The main purpose of the report is, okay, or maybe this is a report on what? Or maybe this report focuses on apa. Tu je, introduction tak payah panjang. Okay, basically report, you need to be very straightforward. Okay, and then your information lah, your EC, your points, you can use subheadings. Nanti teacher akan tunjuk contoh ada subheadings. Kenapa kena ada subheading? Kalau format SPM sebelum ni, kita tak ajar sangat student kita guna subheadings. But for you guys, okay, you are encouraged to use subheadings so that you can arrange your points accordingly. Boleh susun ikut points. So boleh susun organisation. You can organize your points. Okay. And then kalau kena bagi recommendation, okay, you give recommendation lah. And then your conclusion. Okay, conclusion. Kalau introduction tu very simple, conclusion pun simple juga. Tak payah tulis panjang-panjang. Okay. Now, if you are writing the report for someone who is superior, superior maksudnya yang atas daripada kita, atasan, orang atasan, principal tadi, teachers, manager, okay, it must be very formal. Kalau kita tulis untuk club, untuk kawan-kawan kita, masih formal, tapi tak taklah seformal yang orang atasan. Masih formal lagi. Okay. Now, I will show you one example. Okay, but before that, the do's and don'ts. Okay, kalau kita nak buat report, apa yang kita kena buat, apa yang kita tak boleh buat. So, kalau for report, use formal but simple language or expressions. Okay, and then use correct punctuations. Apa maksud punctuation ni? Not just tanda baca. Bukan just sekadar nokta ataupun koma semua tu. Kadang-kadang when we want to write a report about a program contohnya, okay, you need to know where to write the capital letters, small letters. Itu pun penting juga. Okay. And then use appropriate cohesive devices, especially bila you nak pergi ke point yang lain. Especially when you want to combine the ideas, kena tahu cohesive devices yang betul. Okay. And your report with a clear conclusion. Ada conclusion. And then use a polite tone. Jangan garang sangat. Jangan garang sangat dalam report. Okay. So you need to use a polite one. Okay. Don'ts. Jangan buat. Okay. Jangan ikut suka hati je nak tulis apa. Report ada format. Okay. Use the format. Macam teacher tunjuk tadi dalam plan study. No paragraphing. Tak ada paragraph. So semua dalam satu paragraph daripada introduction sampai conclusion. Tak cantik macam tu. So have paragraphs. Okay. Use informal language. So don't use informal language. Informal language, use it only for story and email. Okay, email boleh guna informal kan? Okay. Do not leave out important information. Kat mana nak dapat important information ni? Look at the question again. Kat soalan ada content. Okay, and then do not end your report without clear conclusion. Tiba-tiba end macam tu je. So that is not a good report. Alright? Okay. Contoh report. Okay, dalam handouts nanti teacher awak bagi. Okay, teacher ada tulis satu contoh report dekat sini. Okay, ada plan lagi. Teacher dah bagi dekat dalam handouts ni dah ada plan macam mana nak tulis. Okay, ni contohnya plan dekat sini. Alright. Okay, this is one example of a report. Comel teacher buat dekat sini. Ada warna-warna lagi. Okay, so the information here is compulsory lah sebab kita nak tahu kita tulis pada siapa. Okay, who is the reader or the recipient of the report? Siapa penerima report ni? Okay, head teacher of the canteen committee. Okay, Madam Lim, you can include the name. Okay, now from is you, the writer of the report. Now, kadang-kadang ada student tanya, teacher, perlu ke letak nama kita sendiri? Okay, now, you can write any name, but janganlah tulis nama samaran. Tulis nama yang penuh, a full name. Okay, because this is a formal one. Kalau formal one, kalau dari segi reality, kita akan tulis nama penuh kita, nama full name. So, jangan guna nama samaran. Okay, and then the title of the report. The subject. Subject is a title lah. Suggestions on how to make the canteen more pleasing. Soalan dia ada kat atas. Okay. And then introduction. Tengok introduction yang teacher letak. Very simple. This report describes the areas of our canteen which could be improved and what could be done by students and teachers. Simple je. Okay. And then nampak tak subheading ni? These are the subheadings. Sebab tu teacher kata subheadings ni penting. Kalau tak nak buat pun tak ada masalah. But make sure when you want to write the paragraph, okay, you mention, for example, area of focus. Okay, dia ada mention kat sini, the area that needs most attention. Okay, so orang nampak. Tapi kalau ada subheading macam ni, it is more helpful actually. Not just for you, but also for the examiner. Okay, and then conclusion. Sini recommendation lah. So first dia letak area of focus. Kalau tengok soalan memang dia suruh mention area of focus and then give recommendations. Okay. So recommendations pun dalam paragraph. Ikut area. So yang ini area sits in the canteen. Satu. The next area is the cleanliness of the canteen. Dua. So dia tak campur dua-dua ni. Dia letak dalam paragraph. Okay. And then dia explain. So kita tengok explanation dia. So you can use Oreo and Dear tadi macam mana kita nak elaborate kan. Okay. And then recommendation kita based on the area of focus. Contohnya dekat sini. Okay, so sama juga dia tulis dalam paragraph. Now, if you look at the cohesive devices, contoh ada firstly, ada next, ada in addition. So this is well organized. Okay, and then we have the conclusion. Conclusion pun very simple. Okay. Dalam conclusion kita boleh letaklah berapa. Contohlah kita buat survey. So how many percent ataupun how many people agree ke. Okay, so kita boleh letak dalam tu. So this is one example of a report. Okay, so later on maybe in your class you can discuss on the sample. Okay, so teacher nak, okay, I have only 1 more minute. So teacher laju-laju sikit pergi artikel. Okay, so this is article. Okay, artikel sama macam report. Kita ada intended ataupun kita ada target audience juga. Kita kena tahu artikel tu untuk siapa. Which publication? Untuk terbitan siapa? Is it for newspapers? Is it for magazines? Or is it for journals? Kalau magazines, magazine apa? Kalau school magazine, meaning readers maybe your friends. So it can be less formal a bit. Okay? Now, functions, okay, to inform readers on certain issues. So basically kita tahulah artikel kita nak tulis pasal isu ni, okay? And then kita boleh juga provide news ataupun kita nak entertain readers with their subject of interest. So kalau if you look at your textbook, teacher rasa boleh nampak benda ni. And I think in your class pun teacher awak pun dah ajar benda ni. Okay, now the plans for the article. Artikel sama macam report, dia ada specific format. Okay, of course you need to write the title. Bila artikel must have a title. Kenapa kita kena tulis title? So that the reader will know what is the main issue of the article. Okay. You can also write your name as the writer. Boleh tulis dekat bawah title ni pun boleh. Okay. And then you have your introduction. You have your main point and you have your conclusion here. And then, okay, kalau introduction, you can give anecdote, you can give a rhetorical question. Biasanya kita akan bagi general statement. So general statement kadang-kadang dah common, orang dah selalu baca. So kita boleh bagi dari segi cerita, or maybe you can give a question. Question macam ni. Have you ever wondered about apa? Ataupun what do you think about this? So kita tanya dulu. Lepas tu kita pula jawab sendiri. Okay. So kalau kita tanya, for example, if we use rhetorical questions in the introduction, the readers might be more interested to read. Dia akan lebih tertarik nak baca. Okay. And then the main point sama macam report tadi. Okay. Make sure that each point in one paragraph. Jangan campur adukkan. Supaya nanti reader senang nak baca. And then you have your conclusion. So these are the things that you need to have in an article. Okay. Now the do's and don'ts. Okay, the do's and don'ts for article. 1. Kalau do's, okay, make sure the title is appropriate and interesting. Now, kat mana nak cari title? Biasanya ada dalam soalan. Soalan dah ada. So you can just take from the question. Okay. Don't forget to write your name as the writer. Tulis nama. Nama pun nama penuh. Okay. And then make sure that you know why do you write the article. Kenapa kita tulis artikel tu? Is it to advise, to give advice? Or is it to suggest something? Or do you want to inform something? Okay, kita kena tengok soalan. Soalan cakap apa? Do you have to give recommendation ke? So look at the question. Be aware of your target readers. Kena tahu siapa target reader kita. And don't forget to end with a logical conclusion. So conclusion sangat penting supaya bila pembaca baca, okay, dia tahu dah, okay, last kali that is our conclusion. Okay, now the don'ts. Tak tulis title. Forget to write the title and the name of the writer. Kalau tak tulis title, that is not a complete article. Orang tak tahu artikel tu pasal apa. So don't forget to write the title. No paragraphing. Tak ada paragraph. Okay, maksudnya semua dalam satu paragraph. That is not a good article. Use too many questions. Asyik-asyik tanya soalan. Saya tanya soalan. Next paragraph tanya soalan. Okay, don't ask too many questions. Okay, and then leave out important information. Ini content. So ada bahagian yang tertinggal. So please be very careful. And then do not end the article without clear conclusion. Sama juga. Okay. Now, in your handouts, nanti teacher awak bagi, in your handouts, okay, teacher ada bagi satu contoh article written by a student, right? This is the title, My School Canteen. This is the title. And then the name of the writer, Sarah. Okay, you can write your full name. Okay, then this is the article. Okay. And if you look at the, okay, mungkin yang ni tak ada tanda. So nanti maybe in your class, you can discuss the essay with your teacher. Tapi teacher ada letak dia punya pemarkahan dekat sini. This candidate managed to get good marks, excellent marks, okay. 5 for content, everything is there. Okay, communicative achievement, this candidate got 4 out of 5. Okay, a very excellent mark. Organisation pun dapat high marks, language pun dapat high marks. So you can look at this one and understand why dia dapat good marks. Okay, for example, kita tengok organisation dekat sini. The essay is well organised and coherent. Sangat bagus, tersusun cantik with each paragraph introducing new ideas. So paragraphing is very important, jangan lupa. Okay. There is a variety of cohesive devices. Dia guna banyak cohesive devices. For example, dia bagi dah sini. Because of that, moreover, last but not least. Kalau kita baca pun banyak sebenarnya. Kita akan jumpa. Okay, contohnya. Okay, ni last but not least. Apa lagi? Kalau kita baca betul-betul memang ada banyak. Kalau kita baca. Okay. And then if you look at language. Okay, language. Okay, dia ada guna a range of vocabulary including less common lexis. Contoh, for example, like facilities, improve, okay. And then range of simple and complex grammatical forms. Ini termasuklah, bukan saja grammar, ini termasuk juga dengan sentence structure tadi. Simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentence, okay. Okay, ada errors tapi tak impede communication. Errors ada, of course, we are human beings. Kita ada kesilapan yang kita buat, okay. But the errors dia takkan kacau reader. Reader masih lagi faham apa dia tulis. Okay, so that is why dia dapat markah yang tinggi macam ni. So maybe this can be a guide for you on how you can write a good article. Of course, this is a long one, but macam teacher cakap tadi, it does not necessarily have to be a long one. Okay, but make sure less errors, avoid making same mistakes, okay, and then content semua ada, tersusun cantik. Okay, insyaAllah markah boleh jadi cantik juga. Okay, so this is one example. So later on boleh tengok, this can be a guide for you, okay. Right. Okay, so teacher macam laju sikit. Okay, lastly, okay, these are my 5 golden reminders, okay, to write your essays better. So first, make sure you read and understand the task. Okay, soalan dah ada, task pun dia dah bagi. So make sure you read. Teacher rasa semua dah tahu cara-cara nak tengok task, the content points. Okay, so please look at the task carefully. And then use the appropriate format. Tadi teacher dah tunjuk format report macam mana, format article macam mana, and then the writing style. It has to be formal. Okay. Organize your ideas accordingly. Of course, use paragraph and then use appropriate cohesive devices. Okay, and then develop ideas using appropriate words and phrases. Now, develop ideas, kembangkan isi ni sangat penting. So, kalau rasa macam block, boleh guna or you ataupun dia tadi. Okay, and last one. Ni, number 5. Sometimes, mungkin sebab kita tak cukup masa ke kan, kita lupa nak check. So, please, teacher harap later on, because you have done the mid-year, maybe for your trial later on kan, out of 1 hour and 30 minutes, at least spend 5 minutes to check and recheck your essay. Check your spelling, check your punctuations, and check your grammar. So, paling-paling kena ada 5 minit tu untuk check kita punya essay. Dah check sekali, check lagi sekali, recheck. Okay, so these are my 5 golden reminders for essay writing. So I am so sorry sebab untuk essay ni memang teacher pergi laju sebab dah lebih masa kan. Okay, so I think that's all from me. Do you have any question? Okay, jap teacher tengok. Okay, Subheading kalau diorang tak buat macam mana teacher? Okay. Subheading macam teacher cakap tadi, tak ada tak apa. It's okay if you don't write the subheading. Okay, but make sure dalam setiap paragraph tu you clearly mention paragraph tu tentang apa. Okay. So basically kalau macam tadi, contoh teacher tunjuk, teacher pergi balik dekat handouts ni, kenapa teacher kata, okay. Dalam soalan, tetapi teacher ambil masa sikit lagi. Okay, kalau kita tengok soalan dia, mana soalan dia? Okay, report. Okay. Your teacher has asked you, teacher besarkan sikit. Your teacher has asked you to write a report about your school canteen and suggest ways in which the school could make it more pleasant. Okay, kena buat report pasal school canteen, kena bagi suggestions. Okay. Your report should include what are the areas do you want to focus on? Apa area yang kita nak fokus? And what suggestions do you have for the areas? Apa suggestion? Okay. Now, there are more than one things in the report. Bukan sekadar kita nak report kantin ni tak bagus, kantin ni kotor, kantin ni macam ni, kantin. Kita kena bagi suggestion. Betul tak? Okay. If you read a real report, sebab CEFR ni sebenarnya dia bukan saja tengok dari segi accuracy. Dia tengok authenticity, originality. Sebab dia nak ajar awak cara menulis secara real. Kalau bahasa teacher lah. Macam mana kita nak tulis real report? And basically real report ada subheading. Sebab tu teacher tak saja-saja tulis subheading tu, it is in the textbook. Memang dalam textbook dia ajar. Cara maksudnya guna subheading untuk memudahkan awak faham macam mana nak tulis. So contohnya, okay, introduction tak ada masalah lah. Sebab kita tahu, okay, the first paragraph will be the introduction, the last paragraph will be the conclusion. Now, what about the area of focus? Okay, kalau kita tak nak tulis subheading, contohlah kita nak cross, tak nak subheading ni, biar tak nak tulis. Okay, tak apa. But make sure in these two paragraph, for example, you mention that you want to focus on the area. So contohnya macam ni, the area that needs most attention. Okay, kita dah nyatakan dekat sini, tak apalah. Tapi this paragraph pun kena juga nyatakan the next important area ke. Okay, now bila kita ada subheading, contoh kita ada subheading, okay, people akan tahu, oh, these two paragraph is focused on the areas. Now, the next subheading will be the recommendation. Okay, so bila orang tengok, oh, recommendation dia dekat sini. The 3 paragraphs will be on recommendations. So the subheading akan membantu kita punya penulisan. Maksudnya dia akan bukan sekadar membantu awak, tapi dia juga akan membantu pembaca, especially your examiner lah. Supaya examiner faham, oh, this two is on area, this two on recommendation. Okay, and then conclusion. Now, tak nak tulis, tak apa. It's okay. Dia tak salah. Kalau tak tulis pun tak apa. Tapi kalau tulis, it will help you a lot. Okay? Right. Okay, ada lagi tak soalan? Okay, macam memang kena tulis introduction, lepas tu isi bawah dalam report tu, teacher. Yes, of course. Okay, teacher. Okay. Introduction sangat-sangat penting. Dalam apa-apa essay pun kena ada introduction. Betul tak? Kalau kita nak tulis essay yang simple pun kita kena ada introduction. Now, we go back to the purpose of the introduction. Kenapa kita kena ada introduction? Contoh macam report, sebab soalan tu fokus on report kan? Okay. Contoh macam report here. Kalaulah kita tak tulis introduction ni, imagine you don't have this introduction. Tak ada. Kosong. Okay. Terus masuk area of focus. Kalaulah orang yang baca, contohnya Madam Lim ni baca, report ni pasal apa sebenarnya? Tiba-tiba masuk area of focus. So that is why we need the introduction. Kalau kita tengok introduction ni, this report describes the area of our canteen which could be improved and what could be done by students and teachers. So introduction ni kita bagi tahu, report ni kita akan bagi tahu tentang area of our canteen yang perlu diperbaiki atau ditambah dibuat penambahbaikan, and then what could be done by students and teachers. Ini recommendation lah. Okay, so basically dalam introduction tak payah panjang-panjang. Kita just bagi tahu kita nak tulis apa. So contohlah kalau kita tengok soalan report yang lain. Okay, alright. Okay, kita nak tulis pasal Rimba Recreation Center ni. So you can just write, okay, this report focuses on Rimba Recreation Center. Okay, lepas tu tulislah, okay, contohlah kita dah cakap pasal facilities, so kita boleh masukkan juga dalam introduction tu. So the function of the introduction is to make sure that your reader, pembaca kita, tahu report ni pasal apa. So kalau tak ada introduction, dia macam hanging. So kadang-kadang reader akan macam, report ni pasal apa sebenarnya? Dia macam loading sikit. Okay, so it is very important to have introduction. Introduction tak payah panjang pun. Okay, just mention je introduction report ni pasal apa. Okay, tengok dekat sini. Mention the purpose of the report. Okay, sebab kenapa kita tulis report ni. Okay. Right. Okay. Ada lagi soalan? Okay.
Okay, even though that we have like very quick session for the report dengan and articles, but the good thing is that we always have the notes that we have with the handouts given by teacher Atika. So bila kita dapat handout nanti, apa yang nak you buat, you go back to this video, you read and then you listen to what ever that teacher Atika has explained just now. It's so weird calling my own name, but anyway, it's like my kembar. But it is very important. Report dengan Atika memang ramai yang salah nada. My students especially, because many of my students use reporting tone when they write articles, which is very sad when this happens. And thank goodness this happens when you are doing your like test, you know, the basic exercise. We don't want this to happen when you are in the real exam. So this is what we want you to have, and that's why if you have any more question, please ask away. Maaf lah, line saya tak open okay sangat. I was kicked out just now because of unstable internet connection. But anyway, if I ever miss anything, if you want to add any more questions, we can have like 5 minutes to go. Yang lain ada tak nak tanya? Adakah anda berpuas hati dengan apa yang diterangkan? Okay, and Teacher Ija, I think Teacher Ija also have a very poor internet connection here tonight. Anyway, I would like to.
I'm here.
You're here. Okay. So
Tapi
with
kita
that,
nak
saya harap.
tadi.
Oh, I was like, what is wrong with macam tadi pun saya terkeluar kan. So
Cuaca kot nak.
Thank you so much, Abika, for tonight.
Okay.
I think the students gain a
yeah,
lot.
thank you so much. Thank you for being with us sampai 9, 10, 40, kat 10, 50, kat 11 lah kita. So this is a very, very fulfilling session. We wish that we can have another hour for you to have like a very thorough session with the kids. But anyway, we have a blast session for listening, especially. I thank you so much for helping us with this. We are very blessed to have the exposure on this particular skill. And with that, thank you to all students who are staying faithfully with us till the end of the session. And before we end our session officially, let's close the session with recitation of Tasbih Kifarah and Salatul Ansh. Alright, so let's have can we turn on the camera if you may? We're going to take one last picture, group picture with everyone. Kalau kita nak tengok dengan teacher.
Comel anak tak pakai tudung.
1, 2, 3. Okay, so thank you so much. Please don't forget to sign in your attendance. Before you leave, please click on the link and sign in the attendance. And again, thank you so much, Teacher Nur Atika from Kemaman. With that, I end my session. We'll upload the session soon, insyaAllah. See you soon for the last slot of the camp. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.
In my dreams, I see
Bye. Bye. You're welcome. Good luck. All the best.